Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? So I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Decided to go a cappella with this one. Couldn't think of any music to play in the background. Usually I try to theme my videos, but I was drawing a blank. I decided, let's see how it goes a cappella style. I usually play music in the background because of my wife's TV. For some reason, it's not very loud out there, but it goes right through these walls, and I don't know why. And I kind of wonder if my music goes through the walls at her, so maybe it's a tit for tat. But anyway, I've been thinking about doing this video for a while. So if you've clicked on this video, it's my top 10 metal albums of 1998. And usually before I shoot a video, I'll type that in. Basically, I think I typed in the search bar on YouTube, favorite metal albums of 1998, and a couple videos popped up, but one in particular caught my eye. So I clicked on it and see what it was about. And it's a newer channel called Viking Raven. And really enjoyed his content. Watched his video, commented, subscribed to his channel, and watched a few more videos. And it looks like he's going through year by year his top 10 favorite albums. And really enjoying that content. And I decided, let's go ahead and shoot this video. Give this guy, this channel, a shout out. So definitely check his channel out. I'll post a link to his channel in the description below. Great content. Great content. I don't think he's been doing it for very long, but really liked what he was doing. So anyway, a couple of these albums he did show, and they happen to be my favorite too, so I could not exclude them. So 1998 is the year my daughter was born, and several of these albums I was listening to back then, especially whenever she took a nap, I'd go outside and listen to a lot of these. She was born in October, so several of these I was listening to in October, November, December, and then into 1999, January, February, March, April. And it gives that kind of fall feeling in those early days in 1998, which I fucking love. But there's 4 albums I didn't recently learn about till later, and I'll show those first. And but I hope you guys enjoy this video. It's a long intro, but there it is. But anyway, definitely check out Viking Raven's channel. Awesome stuff. But let's get to it. So this was released in the year 1998. I'm gonna try not to say 1998 every freaking 5 minutes in every album, but man. So I learned about this album through Ben Brain Smasher. I think he showed his Dawn collection one day, and I happened to know that this album was at the record store. I didn't know what it was. So after his video, I went to the store and picked this up. So this is Dawn's Slaughter Son. I think it's maybe their 3rd album. I can't remember. I think it is. It might be 2nd or 3rd album. Not sure, but of course it was released in that year. This is a Swedish black metal, or melodic black metal, and it's really killer. If I remember right, Ben didn't really care for this album as much as the others. This is the first one I heard, so naturally it's going to be my favorite. I don't have their very first album. I need to get it. I have their EP. I cannot pronounce it, so I'm not going to even try. But this one I can pronounce. So this is, of course, Slaughter Son, and it has some really sorrowful black metal riffs, very melancholic. And if I said that word, I can't hardly say words anymore, but fucking album rules. I love this one. Favorite track on this is Knell of the World. Very opening track. It just brings a certain sadness and mournfulness about, I guess, this nuclear war that's going on in this cover. The doom, you know, of this thing. But love that track. I like Ride the Wings of Pestilence, Facula. What was the other one? Stalker's Blessing. I really like that one too. And the very last track, Malediction Murder, really great. So it's a newer one to me. I think I've been listening to this for about I'd say 2 or 3 years now. Killer one. So Don Slaughter's Son. This one I think I picked up 6 or 7 months ago. Heard of them. Been into black metal probably 7 or 8 years now. But this is my first copy. I found it in a used bin. It's the first pressing of Covenant's Nexus Polaris, and actually blew me away. I think this is Norwegian black metal, if I remember right. It's really symphonic, but really love this. Bizarre Cosmic Industries, The Last of the Dragons, Bringer of the Sixth Sun. Really like the synth work and piano work in this, and freaking excellent guitar work. The riffs are really freaking catchy and memorable. Really good black metal album. The vocals kind of remind me of a black metal pirate for some reason, a little bit. And anyway, yeah, it's one I've been going to quite a bit. Like I said, this is the first pressing on Nuclear Blast. I was so stoked when I saw it in the store, because I've been checking out black metal, and every time I think the first time I showed this, everybody brings up their first album. I haven't got that first album. I have to pick it up, but I checked this out online before I picked it up, and I was like, oh hell yeah, I'll get this motherfucker. And glad I did. It's been a regular spin. Probably listen to it every 2 to 3 weeks. I'll pop this in. Great one from 1998. This one I knew about and was listening to since 2010 or 2011, I want to say. This is Cradle of Filth, Cruelty and the Beast. And not sure how I discovered this one. Like I said, I didn't really get into black metal until 7 or 8 years ago, but there's a couple black metal albums. Immortal, Pure Holocaust I knew about. Dark Thrones Ablaze in the Northern Sky. Dissections, Somber Lane, and Storm of the Light's Bane. But this one I picked up maybe a year ago. I finally got a copy of this, and really love this album. Really love the synth work in it, and love the riffs in this, and the different vocal techniques Danny Filth does in this. I mean, he brings a lot of color to this, and especially in the lyrics. The lyrics are so freaking great. That's that modern English poetry, I guess you want to say. So this has a lot of like Edgar Allan Poe or Shakespearean freaking poetry that of the modern age. Fucking killer. But really love, my favorite songs on this are definitely, man, the verse, every track, but I'd say Cruelty brought 3 orchids. I'll just pick 3 songs off this. That one, Beneath the Howling Stars, love, and Desire and Violent Overture, which is freaking brutal as fuck. But man, I saw this in the store, and I saw that, and I was like, I'm getting it. Picked it up, and it's been a constant spin ever since I picked it up. So this is a killer one. I don't know what pressing this is. I think this is a second press. It says Music for Nations, but it also says Sony and BMG, so I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure this is a second or third press. It doesn't have a year, but yeah, Cradle of Filth, Cruelty and the Beast. And then another recent pickup. Now, Nile I knew about back in the day, but back in the day I was more into the old school sound. So when stuff like this came out in 98, I thought this was more modern sounding death metal for the time. And I didn't really pay attention to it. I'll just be upfront and honest. I didn't really get into this band until I heard For Whom the Gods Detest. So once I got into that album, naturally I started picking up every album I could find by them. And mainly I picked everything up I found in the wild. And I think I'm up to about 5 or 6 Nile albums. But this is another favorite album of 1998, even though I've only been listening to it for about a year now. Fucking awesome. There's so many good qualities about this, but I love the drumming. I love the riffs in this. I love the Egyptian theme, the 2 different vocalists, the guitar solos, the song structures. Absolutely masterpiece of an album. And some of it kind of reminds me a little bit of Domination by Morbid Angel. There's some stuff in it that has that kind of feel to it. But, man, another great one. Do I have it upside down? Yeah, there it is. Love that freaking artwork. So, Amongst the Catacombs of Nephilim by Nile. If I didn't say it, I don't think I did. So those are the more recent ones that I didn't know about back then. We didn't have YouTube back then, to be honest with you. Actually, I don't remember watching YouTube till 2000. I want to say 2012. I didn't really have internet. I'm kind of living a stone age, to be honest with you. So, but anyway, let's get to the album. So, yeah, man, I'm gonna go through each one. Opeth. My Arms Are Hers. So this reminds me of probably November or December. I can't remember. It was pretty cold outside when I first heard this album. And I'd sit on the back porch. It wasn't so cold that I couldn't stand it to be outside, but I remember it was quite chilly when I first heard this album. I picked it up on CD the first time. And I remember going outside, putting in a little CD player I had, and sitting in the swing and just kind of listening to this album, and it just freaking engulfed me. Still a favorite of mine. And I finally got this Abbey Road remaster on vinyl. I still don't have my old CD. The CD is long gone, but picked this up probably about maybe a year ago. So falling back in love with this album all over again. I hadn't heard it in so long. But damn, this album's so awesome. I love the acoustic passages in this, the clean vocals with the death metal vocals, the death metal melodicism, all the riffs in this, the haunting acoustic guitars, fucking masterpiece. Favorite tracks on this, I'll pick 3, is April Ethereal, love that fucking song, Demon of the Fall, and Karma. My favorite tracks on this. Love this fucking album. Next one is going to be no surprise to anybody. Actually, every one of these, but Morbid Angels, Formulas Fatal to the Flesh, which Viking Raven did show this. I believe he showed that and the Nile as well, if I remember right. He probably showed the rest of these too. I can't remember, but I know he showed a majority of these. But anyway, this album, when it was first released, fucking, man, it blew me away. It was the first one with Steve Tucker, and I thought they made a great choice, be honest with you, for choosing a new vocalist. But everything about this album just is solid as fuck. Pete's drumming in this is freaking amazing. Trey's freaking guitar solos sound like this magma coming out of the freaking earth. I love this fucking artwork. And of course, FFF is the 6th letter in the alphabet, so I thought that was quite clever. But favorite tracks on this is, man, I guess Heaving Earth, Invocation of the Continual One. I fucking love the guitar solo in that song. Nothing Is Not. But I'll be honest with you, every fucking song on this is awesome. Man, I love this album. So this definitely had to be on this list. Remember listening to that quite a bit. It didn't leave my player for a long time. This one right here is my favorite Incantation album. I've showed it several times, but Diabolical Conquest by Incantation. Holy fucking shit. I've talked about this album so many times. It's the first album with, I think it's the first and only album with Daniel from The Chasm. And, man, when I first heard this album, that riff on Impending Diabolical Conquest, I fucking love when they go into that freaking riff. They just carry those notes out. Fucking brutal. Disciples of Blasphemous Reprisal, love that one. And Ethereal Miseria is awesome. Majesty of Infernal Damnation. God damn, this album fucking rules. Shadows of the Ancient Empire. So many good songs on this one. Had to be on this list. God dang. I remember when this came out, it did not leave my tape or my CD player. I actually had all these albums on CD at first. Another one I showed not too long ago, but Boat Thrower, Mercenary. I remember when this came out, I think I was late getting it, and I didn't get it till maybe after Christmas. So what it does is, listening to this one, I was outside again on a swing, and I think it was supposed to snow that day. So every time I listen to this album, I only listen to it whenever it's going to snow. So I don't know why. But man, this is a great album. People don't talk about it enough, in my opinion. I thought this was just fucking classic as soon as it came out. Something fell out. So it has a poster in it. I need to hang these fucking posters up. That's fucking cool. Yeah, I think I did that in the last video. Isn't that fucking sick? Yeah, hang that motherfucker up. But yeah, this album right here, when it first came out, it didn't leave my player. Actually, it was my favorite Bolt Thrower album for a long time. To be honest with you, I think Fourth Crusade, For Victory, and this is my top three favorite albums. God dang, everything wants to fall out of this fucker. But yeah, like I said, it reminds me of fucking snow every time I hear it. Killer one. Bolt Thrower, Mercenary. Another one, goddamn, when this album came out, Cannibal Corpse, Gallery of Suicide. I listened to this son of a bitch over and over again. And I think, personally, I like Bloodthirst and this album the best out of Corpse Grinder's tenure. And Torture is another good one too. But man, I love this album. Love this album. I love that instrumental from Skin to Liquid. It's so heavy. It's heavy as balls. But I Will Kill You is one of my favorite, the opening track. Blood Drenched Execution is a killer one. And Gallery of Suicide, the title track. Those are my three favorite tracks on this one. So Cannibal Corpse. Man. I think I got this on my birthday in 1999, so I didn't hear it exactly in 1998, but somebody got it for me, and I liked it, and I love it now. Oh, I need to play this one. So last album, it's the last one, and there's so many other ones I wanted to take for this, but these are my top 10 favorites, so there you have it. Death. The Sound of Perseverance. I remember I got this on CD first. This is a reissue on Relapse, but got this on CD first. And when I first heard it, it took a couple of spins to get into it because I wasn't really keen on Chuck's vocals at first because it was really not death metal vocals. This is more of a progressive, I guess a little bit death metal, a little thrash. It's progressive metal is what it is. And once I got into it and understood it, it started blowing me away. And it was one of my favorite albums to listen to by Death for a long time. In the late 98, early 99. Favorite tracks on this is Scavenger of Human Sorrow, Spirit Crusher, Flesh and the Power It Holds, and what was the other one? Voice of the Soul. I like that instrumental. It almost gives me tears every time I hear it. So this album always brings back great memories. And during that time, of course, it was snowing. And so it reminds me of snow again because it was late in that year whenever I first heard this. But anyway, yeah, I've just talked about that. This guy is from Springfield, Missouri. Know him quite well. And everybody in this band, I don't. But that guy. But anyway, this is a killer album. This is my favorite of 1998. I hope you guys enjoyed this. kind of feels like a good video, but also feels like a clusterfuck. But definitely, I decided to do this video and to help a new channel out. So definitely check out Viking Raven. Awesome content. And later on, I'll do this collection update. I got a shitload of fucking CDs to show. I can't figure out how to do it. I started showing it with just the black metal and death metal in the previous video. My black metal videos never do any good, so it is what it is. I think I have more of a death metal following, so I think that's part of it, and that's okay. But if you're into obscure black metal, goddamn, check that video out. I'm telling you, there's some obscure shit there that I never heard of. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully you watched to the end, and you all have a great, fantastic day. Love making these videos. This is some fun fucking shit. Always have enjoyed this. Later.